Here we go. Are you ready? I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready, because we have so much to enjoy. I have put together a godly stream today, okay? Because it's been way too long, and I miss my motherfucking imps. I have missed you all so much, and I apologize that somehow I let internet nonsense bother me so much that I stayed away for a week. But the time has come. Crab Rave. Thank you, Helena. It will be, Cyborg. You're welcome, Jade Monkey, always. Yo, Reza Sutra, thank you so very much. Tier 1 subscriptions. Thank you. Holy shit, very generous of you. Yeah, Rashadi B's a boss. A boss. Here's the link if you want it. Here's the link if you want it. There you go. There you go. There's the link if y'all want it. So, have any of you ever seen, who here has seen Courage the Cowardly Dog? Has anyone here seen Courage the Cowardly Dog? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah? Some people? Yeah. Remember the episode where they have that like little green guy who's kind of got a weird shaped head? And he's really, really nice, and Eustace keeps being mean to him. Remember that? Remember that episode? And there's a part where they're at the dinner table, and they're insulting each other, and Courage is trying to coach the really nice guy on how to be mean back to Eustace. And he goes, he's like, all right. And he goes, you, sir, are very, very bald. Well, that's me to Rush Limbaugh's rotten soul. You, sir, are very, very dead. Very dead. He is very, very motherfucking dead. So, yeah, he's dead. He's super dead. And interestingly, yeah, he died bald. He died bald, miserable, and probably alone. Yeah, how can you be pro-life if you're dead? True, though. True, though. That's true. He mauled to death. In fact, listen, honestly, Rush Limbaugh's death could not come at a more opportune moment because, you see, the radio waves are changing. Hey, exactly, Alora. Please, if you're watching, much love to you. Please consider hitting the like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe and ring the bell because that's how you know when I go live, and I bring some fucking amazing content. And what I want to do today is I want to show you why you should not feel bad about making fun of Rush Limbaugh when he's dead. Because Rush Limbaugh, let me just remind you folks, Rush Limbaugh is a fucking monster. Rush Limbaugh was a horrible, horrible person. And not only that, he's basically one of the most responsible people for the shit state of America right now. For decades, Rush Limbaugh shouted into a microphone with basically no filter, spewing the most manipulative, regressive, hateful rhetoric you could possibly imagine into every single corner of the United States of America. See, the thing is, one thing that the Democrats really didn't realize and were incapable of capitalizing on was radio. You see, Rush Limbaugh was a very good... Now, listen, we're going to be a little bit nice for just 1 second. And when I say nice, I mean we're going to give credit where credit is due. Rush Limbaugh is an incredible entertainer. Absolutely incredible entertainer. Like very, very, very good at keeping people listening. He would do basically what I do, except I do things much better than he does, obviously. But he would talk for hours into a microphone and keep people entertained, truckers, everybody, and it was free. Anybody can get a radio in America. It's super easy to get a radio. Everybody can listen to it. And he'll say whatever the fuck he wants. Radio is not nearly as, talk radio is basically like barely regulated. And so, and he went really hardcore for advertisers by, there's an interview we're probably going to see today where he talks about how his goal was to get as many people listening for as long as possible, you know, to make them last. And he succeeded at that. Rush Limbaugh's show is one of the most listened to shows in the world, ever. One of the most listened to radio shows. It is currently, even after his death, the most popular radio show in the world. Kind of wild to think about, right? Kind of wild to think about. But a lot of people who are like Zoomers now didn't necessarily grow up with Rush Limbaugh like the rest of us did, because, you know, the radio isn't as popular. You'll, you know, get in the car with your parents and you'll pop open your phone or whatever, or pop in and like hook up your MP3 player past the aux, you know, those kinds of things. Back in the day, we didn't. Now, I know this is going to make me sound super old and super boomer. You can hold on for that. Don't you fucking call me a boomer over this. I'm only fucking 30. It's just that technology goes like whoosh. So in the 90s and the early 2000s, nobody fucking had MP3 players. Nobody had fucking CD players. If you were poor, or even if you were mildly well off, you had a radio. And what you would do is if you got in a car with your fucking dad, your dad would crank the radio over to Rush motherfucking Limbaugh, and you would be stuck in the car listening to Rush Limbaugh. And you would be propagandized from the day you climbed into that car until the day you move out of your parents' house. And guess what? The fun thing was he would make you laugh because he was funny, even though he's disgusting. He would make you laugh when you were a kid because you don't know any better. And your parents would laugh, and so you would go, oh, that's funny, right? Yeah, if you were rich, naughty word. Anyway. Literally turned on Rush Limbaugh as soon as I told him he died, and the encoding on the stream got fucked up, so it sounded like the encore broadcast was coming from hell. Ha! Yes! Also, Reza Sutra, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people... oh, Flying Ice Wizard? Well, you're one of the unlucky ones then, because a lot of Zoomers don't grow up like that anymore, thankfully. However, nonetheless... oh, I agree. Stern's way better. Stern is funny. I mean, he's still kind of regressive, and like misogynist, but not even close. You all just wait. We're going to get it right into this, okay? We're going to get into this in just a minute, but I want to do this preamble because I want to give you the image. Hey, Vermin, great to see you. Great to see you. We are pissing on Rush Limbaugh's grave today, and we're going to go way into detail because I got some, oh boy, do I got some spicy bits for you. It's going to be, by the end of this stream, you will never feel bad about laughing at this guy. You will not feel bad about anything that can be said about Rush Limbaugh. Yeah, more like Mush Limbaugh. balls because he's rotting. Get it? He's mush. He's getting eaten by worms. Rush Limbaugh. Oh God, it's so bad. It's so bad. So fucking bad. And not only that, but Rush Limbaugh, here's one of the other things that people don't talk about, because it's really easy to talk about how Rush Limbaugh was a disgusting asshole, how he said the worst things in the world. I mean, it's endless. However, Rush Limbaugh also was a god-tier networker. A god-tier networker. And when I say, I mean like amazing. He made people's careers. So there's a million other talk radio hosts that were made by Rush Limbaugh. He was basically a kingmaker. He liked your shit. He liked your conservative bullshit. There you go. And they were always conservatives, because that was his thing. He had a huge network of that. Rush Limbaugh completely made American talk radio what it is today, and also leveraged finances, an incredible amount of power with advertisers, with brands, to make everyone else also have to be conservative as well. If you ever wonder why when you go through AM talk radio there is no fucking lefties, and almost all the lefty channels failed, it's because Rush Limbaugh was already there, already getting all of the advertisement and making sure that nobody else could succeed. Yup, conservative radio and Christian radio dominates America for largely the same reason. Companies, advertising and radio licensing companies like Clear Channel that back tons and tons of right-wing talk radio and tons of Christian radio. That's Rush Limbaugh, baby. Rush Limbaugh made that the case. Oh, absolutely. And this is something that you'll notice, and I want to just give a small amount of attention here. I've learned something from Rush Limbaugh. Do you want to know what Demon Mama learned from Rush Limbaugh? Anybody? Anybody? Any guesses? No, not hate speech. Jesus, Spyro Gal. How to be entertaining? No. Secondhand smoke harms no one? No. Well, yes, a little bit about an effective propagandist, but not so much about that. Instead, it's that if you want people to hear your message, you have to make it free. You have to make it accessible. And that's why my goal with this channel, as time goes on, is I want to make this show as accessible as possible. My show will always be free. And the reason for that is because while New York Times and The Atlantic and all these liberal media institutions paywall all their shit and make a good living doing it, Rush Limbaugh took over the entire world. So that's what I learned from Rush Limbaugh, is if you want to make a change, you have to be willing to make your stuff accessible. And I'm going to take it further than Rush Limbaugh, by the way. I'm not just going to have stuff be free to access. I'm going to get this shit out on as many platforms as possible. I'm going to get this shit out with subtitles if possible someday. Hopefully. It's a little difficult right now. But I'm going to get this shit out in every single way imaginable, because I want people to hear what I have to say, and I don't want them to be blocked out because they don't got the money for it. Yeah? Later. Anyway. Rush Limbaugh would do segments on his show where he would have like comedy sections, basically, where there would be songs, there would be not cartoons, but there would be audio like skits and bits that they would do on their radio show, you know, really popularized it. Stuff like streamers do now, they were doing in the 90s and 2000s. And some of them were really bad and really offensive. And guess what? We're going to listen to them on stream today. And I warn you, these are some of these are very offensive. But for the record, we're going to be listening to some of these songs on stream today in order to just remind us how motherfucking shit the discourse was just a few years ago. But before we do that, I gotta show you something because I found a little treat on the internet that has directly to do with this that I think is very funny indeed. You ready? You ready? Here we go. Here we go. This is Paul Shanklin. Paul Shanklin. True, Windleby. You're right about that. I know. Streamers gotta step it up. This is Paul Shanklin. Paul Shanklin, a staple of the Rush Limbaugh show's cutting-edge conservative political humor. Paul Shanklin continues to produce the best conservative political parodies. He's appeared on Fox News's Hannity and Combs, The O'Reilly Factor, and MSNBC. Listen in and find out why Shanklin's the best parody artist in talk radio. Yeah, conservative, political satirist. Absolutely the best parodies in talk radio about Paul. Look at how funny. That's how you know he's a funny guy. See him? See, he's got his tie is a little crooked. He's so funny. He's really funny. What a wacky guy. What a wacky man. He's whoa. Ooh, oh shit. Yeah, he's really funny. Look at him. He's so funny. Look at him. He makes a Who could resist? Who could resist? Am I right? So funny. I'm dying. Yeah, exactly. I'm soy facing right now. I'm soy facing. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man, look at all this. Oh shit. Here we go. Here's his story. Oh, I'm sure, Kafindir. I'm sure it will. Don't you worry. We got a bonus page. Free MP3 song parodies and skits. All right, everybody. The left's gonna do them in. Corruption all around me. AIG the musical. I Am So Beautiful. America Marriage. Thanks, Max. I'll take a look at it a bit later. Mighty White. The Beard. Carrie's Not Our Favorite Son. I'm in over my head. Why don't we grab one of these? You all pick one. All right, everybody, pick one. The one I see the name of most, we'll watch, okay? No, we have even more. These are the bonus ones. I don't even know. Let me see. Mighty White. All right, we got Mighty White. All right, we're doing Mighty White.
Are you tired of using detergents that are shiftless? My dear friends, this is Senator Robert Byrd, and me and my old dog Billy want nothing but the best for you and your dirty
you don't even know, Spyro Gal. Get ready.
I'm talking about purity. Don't let subhuman contamination darken your linens. Get Mighty White.
Mighty White, the detergent that not only cleans, it sanitizes your personal history of racial hostility.
Friend, Mighty White will clean your hoods and robes and will take away that nasty kerosene smell from all your sheets.
Only Mighty White offers the dual liberal action of cleaning and sweeping away any, unpleasantness from your past. For a discriminatingly clean life and closet, just pick up the jug that looks like a hood.
It's so pretty.
Mighty White, available in Mystic Kleagle, Grand Dragon, and the all-new Imperial Wizard size. Not available at a Korean, Catholic, Jewish, or any other undesirable type of store near you.
Now, good pick. This one is making fun of a Democrat who had a racist past. But, as you will see, they don't actually give a shit about race at all. Because, I'm just gonna say, this guy's written some fucking racist ass music, yeah? Like, really, really, really racist music. Yeah, that was a parody. Yeah, parody. Yeah. And guess what? I've got some for you. I've got some great ones for you. Are you ready? I'm warning you. Now, this is a warning, okay? In fact, just to be sure that I don't get, like, really badly, like people like shit on me or whatever, I'm gonna put this at the top because CW, lots of prejudice. Warning, everybody, this ain't gonna be fun. Well, actually, it will be really fun because guess what? We get to sit with the the comfort of knowing that we don't make this type of parody. I promise you. How bad could it be? Oh, how bad could it be, huh? Oh, how bad could it be? Oh, well, let me just show you how bad it can really be. Let's enjoy. Here we go. Here's one of them. This is the animated version, by the way. This is Paul Shanklin, but they made a flash animation for it. So here we go. Is it working?
Saddam's a tyrant, he's insane. A Hitler by another name. He gassed his people and the Kurds. It's time to squash that camel turd. Yak. Inspections are a big disgrace. Iraq is lying to our face. We're not real cops, I hear you say. But we won't turn and walk away. Yakety yak.
Bob Iraq.
Tommy Franks, please take command. Don't draw no more lines in the sand. Al-Qaeda killers call him friend. Let's shove those guns up his rear end. Yakety yak.
Bob Iraq.
Yeah, so there's one. We have so much more to do. Oh my God, we have so much more to do. We haven't even begun. We haven't even begun because let's see if I can find this. Wait, where was the one? Oh, wait, hold on. I have it here in my history because I had to find all these last night, unfortunately, and sit through. By the way, these are songs that I listened to. Just so you know, like I listened to these when I was younger. Like not out of choice. My parents would play these for me in the radio. And yeah. It's pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad. Let me just get the playlist that I had set up here real quick, because we have a lot of stuff. Oh, we have so much to go over. We have just so very much to go over. I just need to find the playlist that I was doing last night. Where did I have it set up? Let me see. Here we go. I think this is the one. Yes, this is the one. Let's go. No. Get that out of here. Here we go. This is part of the playlist. Wait, what the fuck? Why is it not taking me to the playlist? I want to go to the playlist. Why is YouTube being so difficult today? I feel like YouTube's being extra difficult today. Isn't it? Doesn't it feel like it's being extra difficult today? Hey, here we go. Here's one of them.
Bomberan, bomb, 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 bomberan, just like Japan.
Hey, thank you for those gifted subs. Pog 8522 there.
And the pebbles in the sandless bomberan.
As Rush Limbaugh's soul is dragged to hell by 1,000 tiny hands, the demon mama rises. Welcome back. Thank you.
Nothing else is working, so I thought I'd take a chance in bomberan. Just like Japan. We'll turn the rocks into pebbles, the pebbles into sandals. Bomberan, bomb, 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 bomberan. Illegal amnesty's through. Found it wouldn't do. Running out of money, so I'm trying something new. Bomberan, just like Japan. We'll turn the rocks into pebbles, the pebbles into sandals. Bomberan, bomb, 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 bomberan. Let's bomb, bomb,
I'll get it.
bomb, bomb, bomberan. Bomb, 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 bomberan.
Why don't we just ask Osama Bin Laden, Osama Obama what is since he won by such a big amount.
Alabama Osama. Osama Obama. Pardon me, the guy from...
Oh yeah, that's another one. Osama Obama. Yeah, exactly. Makes a whole lot of sense. Let me just get this other one here. Are you ready for one that's really bad? Ooh, I hope you're ready. This one's gonna really offend you. Just be ready. I'm warning you. Warning you. Get ready.
Barack, the magic
cause he's not authentic like me. Yeah, the guy from the LA paper.
I told
said
you.
he been guilty,
I fucking
why
told
feel
you.
Good. They'll vote for him.
I
and
told you,
not
yes.
for me,
This is by the
cause
same
he's
guy,
not
yes.
from
These were played on the
hood.
radio. This was on the
See, real
daytime
black
radio.
men like Snoop Dogg or me or Farrakhan have talked the talk and walked the walk, not coming late and won. Oh, Barack, the magic Negro.
It is a hate crime.
Lives in D.C. The LA Times, they called him that cause he's black but not authentically. Barack, the magic Negro.
I told you. I told you.
The LA Times, they called him that cause he's black but not authentically. Some say Barack's articulate and bright and new and clean. The media sure love this guy, a white interloper's dream. But when you vote for president, watch out and don't be fooled. Don't vote the magic.
Remember, this is sung by a white guy.
Cause I won't have nothing after all these years of sacrifice. And I won't get justice. This is about justice. This is about justice. It's about buffet. I'm gonna have no buffets. There's not gonna be any church contribution. And there'll be no cash in the collection plate. There ain't gonna be no cash money, no walking around money, no folding money. Now he's not gonna come in here and he's authentic, and he's been in the street, in the struggle with the rest of us down here where all of us struggle. This is crazy. I'm not gonna have nothing.
Yeah, Argot, that's the intention. This was broadcast on, I heard this on the radio with my dad, broad daylight, 11 a.m., Rush Limbaugh. Yep. Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, we haven't even gotten into it yet. We haven't even gotten into this is just the music. This is just the parodies. Yeah, this is just the parodies. You just wait. Oh, you just wait. This is just the parodies. Let's see if I can find another one. Oh, hey, look, here's the whole one. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Uh-huh. This one's good. Oh, there was one that I really wanted to find, but I couldn't find it. Oh! Wait, is this one? Oh, this one was. Hey, look, here we go. Here's one. Ready?
I talk to the trees. That's why they made me VP.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As I sit and dilly-dally on the Capitol steps, I take a look at my life and fantasize about the rest as I've been campaigning and fudging so long that even my party thinks my chances are strong. But I ain't never took a handout that I wasn't deserving, even if it's from some monk that I never heard of. You better watch what you're driving and don't be smoking.
I don't think so. This one's a parody. This one's uploaded already. I don't think I'll get hit. But if I do, whatever.
For the common folk. It's true I raised a bacca, but I never smoked. Fool, I'm the kind of wonk the little donkeys.
This is supposed to be Al Gore, everybody. This is supposed to be Al Gore, not Obama.
Chinese.
He's been spending all his
And there's Bill Clinton.
living in an Al Gore paradise. Truth is often compromised, living in an Al Gore paradise. Core beliefs are sacrificed, living in an Al Gore paradise. His blood runs as cold as ice, living in an Al Gore paradise.
The money and the power and the money. Slip it in my pocket and I'll take it to the laundry. If you got a problem that needs a quick solution, you can have a talk with Bill for a minor contribution. I'm an educated tool with a White House on my mind. Got some coffee in my pot and some schemes to design. I'm a regulating tobacco growing tree hugging bumpkin. And if Bill gets the axe, then I'm gonna run the country. Cool. The White House is only a conviction away. If they ask me to serve, what can I say? Tell me why.
They were pushing so hard for Bill Clinton. Listen, that's just a fun. I know I gotta pause the music, but listen how hard like conservative media was pushing to convict Bill Clinton.
If he's rich,
Not that long ago.
or just a tree. He's been spending all his life living in an Al Gore paradise.
Al Gore was
He
fine.
doesn't have to be too wise living in an Al Gore paradise. There's no trouble from his wife living in an Al Gore paradise. Regulating lives his life living in an Al Gore paradise.
So there you go. There's another one. Got a few more for you. This whole segment, you know, I got so many of them. I found so many of these songs. Oh, damn. Oh God, there's so many of these. It's actually wild. Let's see. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, I've not seen that one. You want one that's just really, really cringy? Here we go. Here's one.
While Obama's in France and telling everybody over there, hey, you got to help yourselves. The world ought to help, but you need to fix your corruption and you need to help yourselves. It'd be great if he would say that here, but that's not what he's saying here. Here's what he's saying here.
breath you take, every cent you make, no middle class tax break, and you can't escape. I'll be taxing you. Oh, can't you see? It belongs to me. Now my hands can't wait for everything you make, everything I say. There's a price to pay. Every child who plays in the United States, I'll be taxing you.
Among us.
Since I've been here, I always get my way. I talk of taxing the rich, but I see your face. I looked around and it's you I can't replace. I'm really cold and your trust has been misplaced. You'll keep crying, very, very
When the song is real sus. And when the song is real sus.
every breath you take,
Yeah, this is the best I got.
every cent you make, no middle class tax break, and you can't escape. I'll be taxing you.
Oh, no. We have so much more.
Middle class tax break,
We got so
and you
much more to do.
can't escape. I'll be taxing you.
I am punishing the universe today because we must remember why Rush Limbaugh and Rush Limbaugh alikes can never
I'll
win
be
again.
taxing you.
Exactly, Noopy. The song of socialism.
I'll be taxing.
I'll be taxing you. No,
I'll be
Hamnex.
taxing you.
Hey, long boy.
I'll be taxing you.
So there you go. Now I think there's one more. There's one more that I wanted to play. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah, this was the other one that I wanted to there was another one. This is the one. Where is it here? Hey, thank you for the tier 1 sub, Oblivia. Wait, where is it here? Wait, he did a Frozen parody? No. That can't be real. That can't be real. I don't think so. I don't think he did that one. That seems too... I don't think he does stuff anymore. I don't know if he's still doing them. Let me see here. Hold on. Let me grab the other one. There's one that I really wanted to play, but that I haven't been able to find. Oh, hey, I haven't seen this one. Here we go. We'll play this one. This one's fun. This one's definitely fun. Give me... Wait, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here we go. Here you go. Here you go.
And you know...
Here you go. Have fun with this one. This one will hey, you might notice in this one, did I miss a dono? Did I miss a dono? I apologize if I did. Let me see. Some of the Streamlabs seems to be down right now, so I apologize if I miss any donos. Apologies if I miss anything. Streamlabs is having issues. Just remind me and I will try to do them. Much love. By the way, let's watch this. Here we go. This one, you will notice some of the language that is used to this day in this song. Just listen to it and you'll hear it. People made this argument about fucking Obamacare. They've made this argument now about coronavirus aid. It's wild. Just listen. Hey, Wolfgar, get some rest. Good to see you. Oh, this one's real bad.
Saw Newt Gingrich with a budget in his hand. He'd been slashing up welfare and Medicaid, Medicare, taking away school loans, school lunches. You know, my hunch is your kid will be eating with grandma from a dog food can. Oh, werewolves in Congress. Oh, conservatives.
Hey, at least he kept the impression for the howl.
Oh, werewolves in Congress.
Woo.
You can hear them howling way up there on Capitol Hill, telling me what I can't spend. And
True
you know,
murder of Cross.
3 old ladies got kicked out of the nursing home last night. Yep. Werewolves in Congress again.
Yeah, this is all the same guy.
Werewolves in Congress. Conservatives in Congress.
I know I'm sus. It's okay. I had to live with it, so you do too. Forgetting makes us weak. This is a parody, yes.
Hey, Al, quit playing the harmonica, man. They're eliminating the EPA.
Now remember.
And they're going to turn all the trees into baseball bats or something.
Probably billy clubs.
You just wait. Soon we'll all be eating nuclear waste for dinner.
Remember when Donald
And
Trump
all
basically
the
killed the
children will be
EPA?
forced to drink contaminated water.
Remember when Flint, Michigan happened? All after this came out.
Oh, conservatives in Congress. Oh, werewolves in Congress. Was that scary enough?
Yeah, that was great. Why don't you keep practicing?
Werewolves in Congress.
Yeah, they're slashing everything. Social Security, mass transit, air travel,
werewolves.
Monday Night Football,
Woo.
indoor plumbing, automatic tellers, and Christmas. Werewolves in Congress.
Hey, oh well, good to see you.
Conservatives in Congress. Werewolves in Congress.
Getting the hang of it.
Woo! I could make that a dono sound. That'd be great. So the funny thing about this is really funny because a lot of people forget this, but the messaging that the Republican Party and the Republican media was going with was that Al Gore was a stupid country bumpkin. remember, you know how like when Trump came around, the messaging is all like the coastal elites hate them. They back in when Al Gore was running, it was that he was a stupid, idiotic, illiterate country bumpkin. Oh, okay. I didn't see it, but I'll take a look in a bit, Adam Flores. I can't. I won't be able to get to it right away, but I'll try and catch up to it in a bit. But I did scroll down and saw your image, I think. So yeah, these are really super cringe. Yeah. Oh, they do this all the time. By the way, they will rotate every couple years whenever it's convenient. Literally, the Republicans just slot in and out different stereotypes. They don't even care. Even though, like, a bunch of people there's one called I Have Friends in Asian Places, which I wasn't able to find. So I don't know if anybody has the link to that. If anybody has the link to I've Got Friends in Asian Places by Paul Shanklin, I would love it, but I haven't been able to find the link. I searched. It's real bad. Basically, that the message they were going with at that time is the exact same one they're doing now, which is that they said that in that song they're talking about how Al Gore took money from Red China, is what they call it. Wait, you found it? You found it? You found it! Oh my God, you found it! Where is it here? Where'd it go? Oh shit, where'd it go? Here it is. Oh, I gotta grab this. Oh my God, we gotta listen to it. It's so bad. Oh my God, I can't believe you found it. How'd you find this? I couldn't find it on Google. How do I know so much? I just had to live with it, basically. Wolfgar, and I think about things a lot. Let's do it. Here we go.
You'll never know how much I
this is this. I don't think this is the same one. Oh, this is I Lied to You. Oh, did stream die for a second? Hey, happy to have you, oh whale.
Listen, do you want to know a secret?
Yeah, this one isn't the one. Oh, here it is. Well, why is it not here?
Whoa, closer.
Wait, is it down here?
Let me whisper in your ear and say the truth you long to hear. I lied to you. Listen.
Yeah, maybe it's too racist.
I had to get elected. I said some fibs and got selected. Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, see, here it is. This is the title, but they don't have the right track associated. Yeah, see, they don't have the right track. Where's the track? Wonder what this one is.
And now, Halloween at the Obama household.
Trick or treat!
Hey, how you kids doing? I guess you want some candy.
Yeah!
But first, I think you'll agree, we need some fundamental fairness in candy distribution.
What?
We need to spread the candy around so that it's fair for everyone.
Okay.
See, it works like this. First, I'll take all of your candy and put it into my bag. And now you're a pirate, just like the people on Wall Street, who represent nothing but corporate greed. And you're a princess, and princesses are rich, right?
Right.
And rich folks got that way by oppressing others.
Huh?
So out of this whole bag of candy,
you found it?
I think both of you deserve 2 pieces each.
But that's not fair.
This one's stupid. Please be the one. Please be the one. Yes, you found it! Okay, this is so bad, but I listened to this song, this song, my dad would play this fucking shit on repeat when I was a fucking kid. Oh my God, this is gonna be so bad. Here we go. This is the one!
Out doing good deeds, I put on my love beads and went to that Buddhist affair. I had no way to know.
This was from the Bill Clinton
about
era.
All the dough that I would be picking up
Probably
there.
was, but that's okay. I'll handle it.
And I was surprised by these tiny monk guys. Gave that cash to our campaign. for the kids. They said, well, bless their bald heads. I wasn't about to complain, 'cause I got friends in Asian places where the red Chinese will hide the traces of the cash they gave. And it's okay. I wasn't raising funds for election races. They just gave me a sack. And I said, oh, gracious, well, I got friends in Asian places. Well, it didn't seem wrong when I and John Wong went inside that ornate temple door. But I was surprised to see those checks and their size from monks who were supposed to be poor. Now I really don't feel this is such a big deal, 'cause I know it will all go away with Janet Reno in charge of the show. I'll be your president someday.
I'll explain in a second, everyone.
I got
I'll explain.
friends in places where the red Chinese will hide the traces of the cash they gave. And well, it's okay. I wasn't raising funds for election races. They just gave me a sack. And I said, oh, gracious, well, I got friends in Asian places. Where the red Chinese 1998. Will hide the traces of the cash they gave.
1998. Not 1950. 1998.
I wasn't raising funds for election races. They just gave me a sack. I said, oh, gracious, I got friends in Asian places. Where the red Chinese will hide the traces of the cash.
You can't escape the song. It's the real experience. Yeah, exactly right, Con.
I wasn't raising funds for election races. They just gave me the sack. And I said, oh, gracious, well, I got friends in Asian places.
Did you hear the fucking voices in the background? The racist impression voices in the background? Wasn't that great? Yeah. Well, you know, I think we got one more in us. Let's listen to True Diversity.
We look at our country and see so much that isn't working the way it should. Their governor.
Oh, they have this link to just something else. They must have hid this one. Another hidden one. Damn. A lot of these are hidden. Damn. Looks like they got a little bit of shame and needed to hide stuff going on, huh? Oh, what a mess. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, Penn Nessman. It's just a part of the reality. We got a meme here. I can't see it. I'll check it later, Demon Lord Zadoki. So how many transphobic songs? I don't know. They probably took a lot of those off. I do remember them having a song called, now, hold on a second. Huge warning here before I say this. They did have, and I recall this from my childhood, a song that was called Barebacking. That was about, it was making fun of gay people having anal sex without condoms. And it was about getting AIDS. Yeah, that was from a long time ago. I don't think you could find, I don't even know if you could find that shit. Oh yeah, there's definitely an Aerosmith parody. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there was a lot of this shit. Yeah, during the AIDS. Yeah. Just so you know, again, this all happened but in the 90s and the 2000s, and Rush Limbaugh's show, still going. They are still keeping it going to this day. Now, these songs, the ones that we listened to were from all over the 2000s. I mean, literally, they made parody songs encouraging people to go to war. Yeah, everybody, you can stop sending me links right now. I'm not going to check out any memes. We're doing stuff today. Thank you. I appreciate it, but send me links later. Not now. I'm never going to remember them right now. I'm sorry. You're not doing anything wrong. Just saying. Yeah, so can you tell chat that normies and conservatives pretended trans people didn't exist? Yeah, they did. They pretended trans people didn't exist, but not entirely. Like they would basically say that every trans person was just like a transvestite. So they didn't really pretend they didn't exist. They just didn't use the terms. They just refused to acknowledge it. Yeah, they would just say you were a pervert. Yeah, until like 2010. Yeah, literally until like 2010. They've only just started now, and they're going really hard. And again, it feels like ancient history, but this has been in my lifetime, and I'm not old. This was publicly on the radio, on the most popular radio show in the world during my lifetime. During your lifetimes, most of you. Yeah. Pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty horrible. Well, not all of you. It's probably just some of you. Yeah, they would say trans people and gay people are pedophiles. Oh, there's all kinds of that. We're going to get into some of that here. But I have some stuff that I want to like actually go over real quick. Because here's one. Here's a good one. From now, we're just going to jump into like some Rush Limbaugh examples because I got a lot. And I want us to like get into it so we can really send him off, you know? It's no more music, don't worry. From here on out, it's all gonna be the Rush Limbaugh show, okay? We're gonna be looking at what he actually said, and then we'll end it with a nice big send-off, you know? No more of that music. I've shown you enough. But let's take a listen to this.
That a culture which rejects moral standards, and make no bones, folks, we do. Standards, moral standards. You stand up for moral standards, you're going to be mocked and laughed out of the rooms. You know what the magic word, the only thing that matters in American sexual mores today is one thing. You can do anything. The left will promote and understand and tolerate anything as long as there is one element. Do you know what it is? Consent. If there is consent on both or all three or all four, however many are involved in the sex act, it's perfectly fine, whatever it is.
4 or 5? Okay.
But if the left ever senses and smells that there's no consent in part of the equation.
Yeah, do you want to know why people care about consent, my dude?
Then here come the rape police.
Yeah. Because actually it would just be the normal police, because if you didn't get consent for something, you raped somebody. You raped, that would be the normal police would be coming for you. Yeah.
But consent is the magic key to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff that he would say all day, every day. Oh, there's like all sorts of shit, and he would mock this shit. He would mock the most basic. Oh, also he talked about it again, by the way, just so you know that this wasn't like a one-off bad take. I got another one for us. Yeah, here we go. Here's another one. This one, thanks to the Majority Report. See, the Majority Report back in the day, look, this is from 2014, everybody. This is from back in fucking 2014. So let's listen to what the Majority Report thankfully did. Our forebearers, our few rare lefty forebearers, calling out these motherfuckers back in time. Let's take a look. Hey, that was the laugh of Michael Brooks.
Here's what consent is at Ohio State. After you and your partner decide that you're going to make out or have sex, you agree to do it, then you have to agree on why. Consent is the act of knowingly, actively, and voluntarily agreeing explicitly to engage in sexual activity. Consent must be freely given and can be withdrawn at any time.
True.
You have to
Yes,
be sober,
it can.
not coerced, imaginative, enthusiastic, creative, wanted, informed, mutual, honest, verbal.
Yeah.
The absence of no does not mean yes.
That's my ice. Oops.
It must be asked every step of the way. It cannot be implied or assumed even in the context of a relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Circumstances.
Yep.
What's the point of being in a relationship if you can't just demand sex and just take it at any time? That's what a relationship is supposed to be.
I also do like the transition from the lost art of seduction to they have to really want it. What the hell?
Well, this is
Like,
he's
they have to
leading off
actually-
the thing.
No, but he's
True,
contrasting
Michael.
these things that presumably
Right.
might be part
Yes,
of like
Dennis Prager
There's
also
no
a nice experience.
You don't get that sense of like I've closed the deal, even though they really don't want this.
Exactly.
In which a person cannot legally give consent, no matter what he or she might say. The person is severely intoxicated or unconscious as a result of alcohol or drugs.
Positive.
The person.
Well, there goes my trip to the Dominican. There goes my trip. Part of seduction is slipping someone a Mickey. Good.
Is physically or developmentally disabled. The victim is under the age of 13 or is elderly. So as long as the girl's 13, she can give consent for sex, provided it's creative and enthusiastic. Consent must be freely given, can be withdrawn at any time, and the
Positive.
absence of
This
no...
is one of those instances where Limbaugh is actually he obviously did not read this stuff beforehand, and he's trying to look for an angle like this is so he turns it on his head and says, "Oh, now they're saying it's okay if you're 13." Well, yeah, if the other person is 13 or 14. It's not a license for Rush Limbaugh to go and have sex with a 13-year-old because they creatively. But he's
In the
struggling
Dominican
here.
Republic.
He's struggling to find what can sound unreasonable here.
does not mean yes. How many of you guys, in your own experience with women, have learned that no means yes if you know how to spot it?
What?
I'm probably... let me tell you something. In this modern world, that is simply... That's not tolerated. That would not be... People aren't even going to try to understand that one.
Pause it. Oh, no. People are going to try and understand it, and I think people do understand it. I think Rush I just realized I said something that's probably going to cost me a couple more advertisers.
I mean, it used to be so it was a cliche. Used to be part of the advice young boys were given. But see, that's what we got to change. We have got to.
He's telling on himself there. Fucking, do you see what I'm saying? Like, when people talk about rape culture, this is exactly what we're talking about. Yes. That was a common thing, that it was that young guys were taught that they need to pursue and they need to push through. Yes, that is what rape culture is. Yes. This has been like everywhere in our society for a long fucking time. It's disgusting. Yeah, persevering. Pursuit. They use those words.
Program the way we raise men. So now, notice, why do you think permission?
Nope, this is not 2005. This is 2014. This is from 2014, Brim. Piftle Cakes. 2014. Look. Right here. September 16th, 2014 from Sam Cedars live show archive. Yep. 2014. That ain't so long ago, is it?
Every step of the way, clearly spelling out why. Is all these not lawsuits just waiting to happen if even one of these steps is not
America?
Yeah, there you go. He got so flustered he went into the post. Oh, yes, there's all sorts of lawsuits that are going to happen now. This is just trial lawyers. So, unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he did.
Wow. And I'll tell you something. Any corporation at this point that would associate themselves with this guy.
True God is trans girl.
I mean, the only thing I would imagine that he's now eligible in terms of sponsorship would be.
Oh yeah, Sam does a great
some form
impersonation
of penis pumps and maybe male vitality.
Roofie company.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Michael! Jesus, you edgelord. Michael, you edgelord. Listen, Michael was always an edgelord. We know that. He dropped some fucking slurs. We know that. There's another one here that I wanted to go over. Was it this one? Is it this one?
Folks, there's...
Yeah, here we go. Hey, here we go. I love this one. Ready? Ready for Rush Limbaugh's every racist moment?
There's actually a debate going on ESPN and throughout the sports world over who can use the...
Oh, warning. This actually is going to have severe slurs in it, and they're not bleeped out. So just be aware. Just be ready. Sorry. It's just true. I warned you at the top. Lots of prejudice. Y'all gotta see it. Yeah. No, he doesn't drop a hard R, I don't think. Legit gamer word. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. We're just covering it.
And
this guy's a fucking piece of shit.
When and how and who can't. When and how. A little history lesson for you. If any race of people should not have guilt about slavery, it's Caucasians.
It's not TOS on this site.
The white race has probably had fewer
when we put our video
slaves
up, we'll
and
mute it.
for a briefer period of time than any other in the history of the world.
This is what he did
other
all day, every day on
race
public radio.
Has ever fought a war for the purpose of ending slavery, which we did. Nearly 600,000 people killed in the Civil War. It's preposterous that Caucasians are blamed for slavery when they've done more to end it than any other race. It's preposterous that Caucasians are blamed for slavery when they've done more to end it than any other race.
They have discovered that Obama does have slave blood. Slave blood.
I had never experienced the kind of euphoria that I got from a pain pill.
The Republicans are just totally bamboozled right now. They think they've got to rebrand, and it's all predicted. They got to reach out to minorities. The Republican Party lost because it's not conservative. Why does putting Condoleezza Rice front and center at the convention not work? Why does putting Marco Rubio front and center at the convention not work? Why does putting Suzanne Martinez, the governor of New Mexico, front and center convention?
This right here is Rush telling you everything you need to know about the Republican Party. Yes, they will never admit this, but this is true. This is why. We know. We know why. The Republican Party is so racist.
Not work. So, nigga with an A on the end. Well, I think I can now. Isn't that the point? Because it's not racist. That's the point. I could be talking about a male. I could be a Chinese male, a guy at the laundromat. I could be talking about a man. That's what she said it means. Because it's not racist. Because it's not racist. Because it's not racist.
How many Native Americans, how many Indians were killed by the arrival of the white man through disease and war? And how many people have died since the white man arrived here due to lung cancer, thanks to the Indian-invented custom of smoking tobacco?
You motherfucker, you're dead, bitch! You died from that fucking shit! You motherfucking died from that shit, you stupid bitch! You bastard! You're dead! Smoked all your life and died from it! Agony! That you deserved. You fucking piece of shit. You fucking piece of shit. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's not get all our rage out too early. Remember, we gotta save it. We gotta save it.
Who are the real killers here? Where are our reparations? Where are our reparations?
True! True, editor of this video.
Go that's right out of Adolf Hitler's playbook. Now, what are the similarities between
the Democrat Party of today and the Nazi Party in Germany.
Wait a minute. Listen. You will have heard these exact arguments you're about to hear out of the mouths of people like Dave Rubin, Michael Knowles. You're going to hear this exact same argument. This has been going on for fucking 2 decades or more.
Well, the Nazis were against big business. They hated big business. And, of course, we all know that they were opposed to Jewish capitalism. They were insanely, irrationally against pollution. They were for 2 years
Now that's one you won't hear
mandatory.
anymore. Now that's one you're not going to hear anymore. See, they don't do that one. They don't do they realize the messaging on being anti-pollution was a hard one to, or being pro-pollution was pretty bad. So yeah, they've switched that one up a little bit. Yeah.
Voluntary service.
Now it's about the Green New Deal.
Germany.
But yeah.
They had a whole bunch of make-work projects to keep people working, one of which was the Autobahn. They were against cruelty and vivisection of animals, but in the radical sense of devaluing human life.
What?
They banned smoking. They were totally against that. They were for abortion and euthanasia of the undesirables, as we all know.
It doesn't.
And
Hulu.
they were for
It's
cradle-to-grave
propaganda.
nationalized health care. Well, it's a good point. You know how to stop abortion? Require that each one occur with a gun. You put your kids on a school bus, you expect...
What? What the fuck?
You expect safety, but in Obama's America, the white kids now get beat up with the black kids cheering, yeah, right on, right on, right on. There is an attack on masculinity that's been going on in our culture
here we
since
go.
the advent of the modern era of feminism, the late 60s, early 70s. I mean, the way I've been conditioned by the Democrats and the left in this country, that sounds like a hate crime. That Trayvon Martin starts pummeling Zimmerman because the gal on the phone, Rachel Jeantel, said, hey, a guy could be a rapist. You better run. But Trayvon's no coward. He doesn't run away from stuff, so he starts pummeling on Zimmerman. Folks, there's actually a debate going on ESPN and throughout the sports world over who can use the N-word, when and how, and who can't, when and how. But we can't go after poor old Barack that way, because he's a minority. Romney knows how to do this. He did it to Newt. And he did it to Santorum. He knows full well how he has to do this. But I know what they think they're up against. They got the first black president, independence. It's easy to go after Newt or Romney because they're conservatives and everybody hates conservatives anyway. But we can't go after poor old Barack that way, because he's a minority. First president in history, to my knowledge anyway, who actually wants his nation to fail. Obama wants to create an illegal alien Bill of Rights. We're now governed by people who do not like the country. Who is Obama? Why is he doing this? Why? He wouldn't have been voted president if he weren't black. Let me put it to you this way. The NFL, all too often, looks like a game between the Bloods and the Crips.
Nice. 2009, by the way. 2009. Damn.
Weapons. Day mocking the standard. Who dat? Who dat say day mocking the standard? Al Sharpton say day mocking the standard. How many people really think of Obama as black? He's not from the hood. He's not from the movement. When I hear Chinese or Japanese, it sounds like all the same word.
2011.
It is the
2011.
These wackos.
I told you.
From Bill Ayers to Jeremiah Wright to other anti-American, Afrocentric, black liberation theologists working with Acorn.
Acorn. They were obsessed with Acorn.
And Barack Obama is smack dab in the middle of it. They have been training young black kids to hate this country. And they trained their parents before that to hate this country.
Do you see what this like has been leading up to? I'll explain Acorn afterwards. Now you understand why there is like an entire wave of Trump idiots who are willing to just say Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization with no fucking second thought. It's because they've been told since the fucking day they started thinking by Rush Limbaugh that all black people in the country are trained to hate this country from the day they're born. Yup. That's why this is how propaganda works. And when you have decades and decades of the most outrageous propaganda you can imagine, this is what the result is. America as we know it now.
Here's my premise, and you agree with it or not, that if you have money, you're going to get health care. If you don't have money, it's more difficult.
If you have money, you're going to get a house on the beach. If you don't have money, you're going to live in a bungalow somewhere.
Right.
That's
right. But we're talking about health care.
What's the difference?
The difference is we're talking.
I mean, true. That part is true. Rush is correct on that. What is the difference between a house and healthcare?
About healthcare.
No,
not a house and a bungalow.
You're assuming that there's some morally superior aspect to healthcare.
The difference is we're talking about healthcare.
No,
not a house and a bungalow.
You're assuming that there's some morally superior aspect to healthcare. I'm telling you earlier, I'm not a conformist. I hated school because it's what everybody else had to do.
Hey, Rush.
Mr. President, sir.
All is well. Do you see our man Ailes at all?
Oh yeah,
We're on the radio, are we?
For years, the radio talk show host had taken a tough stand on drug cases, advocating prison time for the crimes.
Yes, that's another thing. Rush Limbaugh cheered on the war on drugs, pushing for higher and higher sentences, all while being a drug addict himself.
But that's not what happened when he faced his own drug charge.
I am addicted to prescription pain medication.
I had never experienced the kind of euphoria that I got from a pain pill. So the pain pills came along and they masked all these feelings of inadequacy that I had.
Rush is by far the most articulate, defining voice of conservatism in America today, the most articulate voice of Reagan conservatism in the country. Rush is a powerful voice.
He's not the original, but he's
Rush is the leader of the
powerful.
conservative movement in the country. I know him. I'm friends with him. He's a gracious, gracious man. Rush is the leader in radio.
Everybody's making immigration proposals these days. Let me add mine to the mix. Call it the Limbaugh laws. First, you immigrate to our country, you have to speak the native language. You have to be a professional or an investor. No unskilled workers allowed. Also, there'll be no special bilingual programs in the schools with the Limbaugh laws, no special ballots for elections, no government business will be conducted in your language. Foreigners will not have the right to vote or hold political office.
Wow. Nice democracy you've got going there.
If you're in our country, you cannot be a burden to taxpayers. You are not entitled to welfare or food stamps or other government goodies. You can come if you invest here, an amount equal to 40,000 times a daily minimum wage. If not...
What? What the fuck?
Not stay home. But if you want to buy land, it'll be restricted. No waterfront, for instance.
Oh, you don't get to own land either.
And as
Damn, sounds like you're literally advocating for a fucking apartheid state.
You have to relinquish individual rights to the property. And another thing, you don't have the right to protest. You're allowed no demonstrations, no foreign flag waving, no political organizing, no bad-mouthing our president or his policies.
You don't get the freedom of speech. Literally second-class citizen.
You're a foreigner. Shut your mouth or get out. And if you come here illegally, you're going to jail.
Straight up fascism. Been pushing this. Oh, yes, he did, Argot. Oh, yes, he fucking did. Oh, boy. I got another one for you. Here we go. Yeah, let's take a look into this one. Ready? So this is this entire Snopes archive of all Rush Limbaugh related articles. Did Rush Limbaugh say the purpose of marriage is raising children? Are these real headlines describing the deaths of Rush Limbaugh and Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi? Did Mike Pence say America lost a giant about Rush Limbaugh? Did Rush Limbaugh downplay COVID as the common cold? Let's find out. Let's find out. Where's this? Ah, here we go. This one. Ah, this was the one I was hoping we could talk about. Yeah, we could do this for years. Did Rush Limbaugh's AIDS update mock the deaths of gay people? Limbaugh would later say he regretted the segment as it made fun of people who were dying excruciating deaths. Oh, look, this one was from earlier. True! On February 17, 2021, Rush Limbaugh died, blah, blah, blah. His history of making sexist, homophobic, and bigoted remarks. Jessica Valenti, for example, posted a message on Twitter stating that Limbaugh once had a segment on a show called The AIDS Update that mocked the deaths of gay people. This is true. While we have not uncovered the audio of these segments, we did find contemporaneous news articles and comments from Limbaugh confirming the contents of these controversial reports. Iowa's Cedar Rapids Gazette reported in 1990 that Limbaugh's AIDS Update, a recurring segment in which he made jokes about a disease that had killed more than 100,000 people in the previous decade, started by playing songs such as Back in the Saddle Again, Kiss Him Goodbye, I'll Know I'll Never Love This Way Again, and Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. The AIDS Update segment was short-lived. According to the New York Times, it ended after just a few weeks. Limbaugh would call the segment one of the most regretful things I've ever done because it was making fun of people who were dying long, painful, and excruciating deaths, crocodile tears. Limbaugh, who does not enjoy contretemps, has cut some of his material, especially on homosexuals. This is how it was talked about in... This is how you were talked about if you were gay in the 90s. You were a homosexual. He said that he was tired of the harassment, oh boo-hoo, and also feeling a greater responsibility as his audience grows. He killed a running bit on AIDS after 2 weeks. It's the single most regretful thing I've ever done because it ended up making fun of people who were dying when they were not the target. Who was the target? Who was the target? You fucking liar. While Limbaugh would come to regret the segment, that didn't stop him from airing other homophobic content. Limbaugh, for instance, had another segment that used former Congressman Barney Frank, a prominent gay politician, as fodder. That segment featured the song My Boy Lollipop as slurping sounds played in the background. Limbaugh also spread the unfounded claim that gay men practiced gerbling. That was made fun of on South Park. And once said, according to James Redder's book, The Anatomy of a Scandal, that gay men deserve their fate. You don't want to know. It's fucking stupid. The Media Matters site has noted that Rush Limbaugh has a history of homophobic remarks. As recently as 2015, Rush Limbaugh was making the argument that marriage equality would lead to bestiality. I have this article because I wanted to take a look at it. Let's take a look at what he's got here. In 2019, Limbaugh claimed that the entire homosexual community is going to become pro-life if it's discovered that homosexuality is genetic. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. In 2013, he argued that if same-sex marriage was legalized, then who's to say that you can't just have sex with a child? In 2017, Rush Limbaugh used an anti-trans slur while saying that Republicans should not provide a comforting atmosphere for the T-slur community and the gay community. In 2016, Rush Limbaugh claimed that the Iowa LGBT Rural Summit was an attempt to convince lesbians to become farmers in order to bust up one of the last geographically conservative regions in the country. In 2016, Rush Limbaugh claimed that Washington State schools' trans-inclusive curriculum would be teaching transgenderism to kindergartners as a recruitment tactic. That same year, Rush Limbaugh claimed LGBTQ rights are leading to the erosion of private property and that the federal government is going to have to come in and take over everything in order to guarantee civil rights. In that same year, Rush Limbaugh suggested that Roman Catholic Church sexual abuse cases in Boston were the result of the gay infiltration of the Catholic Church. After the U.S. military began to allow trans people to serve openly in the military in 2016, Limbaugh mocked trans soldiers by saying they had an add-a-dick-to-me procedure. I don't even get it. In 2015, Limbaugh called transgender people mentally ill and said that gender-affirming healthcare is treating mental illness with further mental illness. That same year, defending then Indiana Governor Mike Pence signing the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, Limbaugh suggested that marriage equality would lead to bestiality, asking, what happens if you fall in love with your dog? In 2014, Limbaugh falsely claimed that the murder of Matthew Shepard was not a hate crime. The kid who was literally murdered for being gay. In 2013, Limbaugh said there was a movement to normalize pedophilia, which he tied to same-sex marriage. Oh, of course. Conservatives are terrified of criticizing the LGBT community because of its militant political gay element. Political gay. According to LGBTQ Nation, Rush Limbaugh spent years deriding people with HIV and AIDS and denounced federal spending on preventing the disease's spread because there was no evidence that it was spreading to the heterosexual community, not sexually anyway. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I suppose. Damn. Let's see this one. On one show in March 2020, Limbaugh has also falsely claimed that news organizations weren't reporting the then low number of deaths because it would make Trump look good. Rush Limbaugh said in February 2020, yeah, I'm dead right on this, folks. Coronavirus is the common cold. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, we got it here.
The coronavirus is an effort to get Trump. Folks, this coronavirus thing, I want to try to put this in perspective for you. It looks like the coronavirus being weaponized as yet another element to bring down Donald Trump. Now, I want to tell you the truth about the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah, these guys do that, don't they?
What, you...
Yeah, anyway, he says it right there. Here's the transcript. What are we at now? Sorry. What are we at? Let's Bing COVID tracker. What are we at now? Let's take a look. Just wanted to pop in and make sure we were taking a look at this. Oh, 504,000. 504,000. Common cold, folks. Here's him making fun of how many people died. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, dude. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. Damn, my dude. Let's see what else we got. Oh, yeah, remember Donald Trump gave this guy... Remember Donald Trump gave this guy the Medal of Freedom? Remember that? Remember when Donald Trump gave this guy the Presidential Medal of Freedom? Do you remember that? The highest civilian honor? Yeah, isn't that nuts? Wild. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Donald Trump gave this guy, this motherfucker, the Freedom Medal. Just to make sure that this guy will forever be remembered in history. Isn't it sad? Isn't it kind of pathetic that American history is just dotted with motherfuckers like this? DM it to me, Gina. Yeah, DM it to me. Hey, here's a good one. Let's find out. Did Rush Limbaugh call 12-year-old Chelsea Clinton a dog? Oh, a dono? Did I miss a dono? Where was the dono? Why is it being like this? Much love. Oh, look at that. Rush Limbaugh truly did once refer to young Chelsea Clinton as a dog. Socks is the White House cat, but did you know there is also a White House dog? And then he held up a picture of the 13-year-old kid. Yeah, he literally attacked a child. Damn. Damn, my dude. Damn, my dude. Oh, I get you, Gina, but we gotta make sure that people remember that these types of people exist and that we have to fight against them. Seriously. I'm serious about that, by the way. You know that this guy sat on the radio doing this shit and nobody could do fucking anything? Nobody did anything? Liberals just kind of sat by? And this guy was broadcasting hate and racism all over America, making false claims, attacking literal children. Oh yeah, they're going to try to rehabilitate him. Oh yeah, they're going to try to. It's already happened. It's already fucking happened. Hey, that's good, Pinsama. Yeah, I know. I get you. I get you. I'm sure there's even more, Gina. I'm sure there is. Yeah. There's more though. Yeah, there's more. There's more, unfortunately. Let's just take a look here. Oh, I wanted to read this article together because this one is really good. So we're gonna go into this one while we're in our Rush segment, and then maybe we'll yeah, you can't. True. Let's take a look. Rush Limbaugh did his best to ruin America. How the right-wing radio icon corrupted the Republican Party. He was the emblem of the Republican Party. Spread hate, racism, and lies, and laid the groundwork for Trumpism. Now, that part is true. He did lay the groundwork for Trumpism. This corrupted the Republican Party is really questionable, though. Just saying. He was the manifestation of the Republican Party. Rush Limbaugh, the great bloviator of the AM dial, signed off from the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies 2 days before Christmas. He warned the faithful in the raspy remains of his famous trumpeting baritone, "The day is going to come, folks, where I'm not going to be able to do this anymore." For 13 terrible days in Trumpland, while the mad president that Limbaugh helped make possible was flailing for survival, while the faithful were trying to stop the steal of the election, and even while Republicans blew their Senate majority in the Georgia runoffs, the loudest voice in the right-wing echo chamber remained silent. By the time January 6th rolled around, even the millions of fans praying for a miracle cancer cure had to figure if Rush had passed up the chance to fearmonger about Raphael Warnock's old sermons and mock John Ossoff's hair, well, then he must be finished. At least with his trademark golden microphone, if not with this earthly realm. But then, a miracle. The president incited a white riot on Capitol Hill, and like a mortally wounded superhero detecting cries of distress, Rush Limbaugh got himself to his Palm Beach studio by noon and unleashed a masterclass in state-of-the-art conservative disinformation. He knew the drill. He'd pretty much invented it. True! First, a signature move, belittle the story as partisan hysteria from the lamestream media while sneaking in a big exonerating lie. All of a sudden, protesting Congress is being called the end of the world. Limbaugh sneered, making use of his rested voice. A bloody coup attempt, even though the only blood spilled was that of an unarmed Trump supporter. Not true. Also, literally a lie. Like, literally just lied. Riot, looting, blue lives lost. Uncle Rush was here to remind everyone that those are the things that the left, especially the anti-American Black Lives Matter, does all the time. They've burned down political federal courthouses after barricading people inside of them. They've taken over freeways. They've taken over entire cities. Literally has never happened. Limbaugh said, contrast that with harmless shenanigans at the Capitol, he said. Yeah, I know, they breached the doors and took some selfies, but folks, really just look at who was on Washington on the 6th. These are Republicans. They don't raise mayhem. They don't know how. How many times have we sat here over 30 years bemoaning the fact that this is not what Republicans do? A master touch there. So far were the rioters from actually rioting, and one can only wish they had just raised a little hell while they were there, like the blacks and Antifa do. Then, of course, after he dramatically made the case that there was no violent insurrection on the 6th, Limbaugh justified and praised the violent insurrection on the 6th. We were supposed to be horrified by the protesters, he said, feigning perplexity. There was a lot of people out there calling for an end to violence. Even, can you believe it, a lot of conservatives, social media, who say any violence or aggression at all is unacceptable, regardless of the circumstances. Pause for effect. Here it comes. I'm glad that Sam Adams, Thomas Paine, the actual Tea Party guys, the men at Lexington and Concord didn't feel that way. As Limbaugh surely hoped and expected, social media lit up with both ditto heads, shorthand in the Rush world for 100% agreement with the host, and denunciations as headlines quickly sprouted. Limbaugh compares Capitol Hill riot to American Revolution. Limbaugh dismisses calls to end violence after mob hits Capitol. On the next day's show, he humble bragged, I did it on purpose. I wanted to take the hit yesterday. I was attempting to take the flack that was incoming for Donald Trump. So there, that's how it's done. The plain, observable events of January 6th had not merely been denied and deflected, but transcended, wafted into the bubble of alternative right-wing reality that Limbaugh first began blowing up 32 years ago. Of course, this new narrative, or narratives, you can choose. You can choose Republican innocence or justified violence as you please. Had absolutely no contact point with reality. And of course, Limbaugh spun his tale, as always, from the flotsam and jetsam of post-riot rumor and innuendo, subreddits, and gateway pundits. Inside the bubble, sources matter as little as facts or logic. What makes sense in this parallel universe is whatever distracts and absolves white, non-liberal Americans from blame, guilt, or responsibility. It's whatever reminds them both of their supremacy and their victimhood. It's whatever emboldens them to strike back at the evil left-wing empire that's always busy plotting to subjugate them and destroy America as we know it. And that is what Rush Limbaugh delivered, once again, for Republican America in the wake of the insurrection. But it was a final command performance of its kind, especially given the host condition. But it's what Limbaugh had done while dying for a whole year. This incredibly wealthy super patriot used his life's last energies to do his damnedest to recast the pandemic as a deadly partisan culture war, to paint a lawless, lunatic president as a wronged and heroic savior of the republic, a symbol of the myriad wrongs done to Team White America. To call the first woman of color nominated for vice president a hoe and a mattress. To depict racial justice protests as a sign of coming Armageddon and to stir up hysteria about a Democratic plot to steal the election. And ultimately to lead the cheers and comfort the troops as Republicans turned against democracy itself. He did it all so well, in fact, that Limbaugh, despite frequent absences, shot back to the top of the Power 50 radio rankings for audience and influence. It was the strangest sort of comeback/curtain call, and it should have been a career-defining now that Limbaugh, who died on Wednesday, has had his final say. Limbaugh might have begun as a ratings-obsessed provocateur, but he became one of the most influential subversives in American history. If we didn't fully recognize that before 2020 or January 6th, we ought to know now. No single person, not Rainey, Cheney, not McConnell, not Trump, not Q, has contributed more than Limbaugh to the mass derangement of white America. At noon on June 2nd, 1990, Americans got their first live-action look at the country's most inexplicable pop culture sensation. C-SPAN was devoting a week to that hottest of new media trends, talk radio. With its characteristic attention to production values, the network simply set up a camera inside a spare WABC 77 studio in New York and let the self-proclaimed most dangerous man in America roll. Cut to a schlub in a cheap white dress shirt, black tie, and hastily barber-shopped helmet of hair, already wiping his stress and grumbling about the TV lights, planted behind his desk and mic, and interrupting the station's young newscaster, Kathleen Maloney. She's trying to do her 5-minute top-of-the-hour update, oddly, for 1990, while wearing a mask, because, she explained, the host had warned her it could be dangerous to let his listeners identify her on TV as a liberal feminist. He was only joking, Limbaugh insists. You said wear a bag over my head, Maloney says. Limbaugh keeps threatening to yank her mask off, complimenting her beauty and interjecting impatiently. The news just holds up everything here. I'm trying to make the news worthwhile. It's a fitting cold open to a broadcast that was, in those heady early days, all about disruption and ratings. Limbaugh had blasted onto national syndication 2 years earlier at 37 with a talk show that sounded like no talk show before. Faster, louder, ruder, and way more opinionated. Also very quickly, way higher rated. The talk shows had always been very polite, very gentlemanly, says Brian Rosenwald, author of Talk Radio's America. Hosts were there to keep things moving along in an even-handed way. You weren't supposed to know the host's politics. It was intentionally irrelevant. Before him, the only successful syndicated radio talker was Larry King, and that was a very different thing. You didn't know Larry King was a liberal. You didn't care what he was. It was about callers and guests, and now there's this, a host who says, I am my own guest, takes very few screened-out callers, and tells you exactly what he thinks for 3 hours. As Rush Limbaugh would later explain, I wanted to be the reason people listened. That's how you pad your pocket. It's hard to convey so many media eras later that the phenomenon the Rush Limbaugh show was. Within a year of the C-SPAN telecast, Limbaugh was beaming out to 530 stations with 25 million listeners, hosting a 30-minute syndicated TV show, also with no guests, produced by Roger Ailes, who would go on to launch Fox News in 1996. The pompous, motor-mouthed, giddily offensive Neanderthal conservative was a national curiosity, profiled on 60 Minutes, plastered on magazine covers. Is Rush Limbaugh good for America? Topping bestseller lists with a book whose title perfectly captured his approach to the news, The Way Things Ought to Be. His moon-shaped mug smirked over Broadway on its biggest billboard. People just can't get enough of him, gushed Barbara Walters. People didn't know how to make sense of him, though. There were millions tuning into a garrulous 320-pound gabster. Or were they being indoctrinated by a self-styled commander-in-chief fighting his private culture war against the many liberal do-gooder notions that interfere with his right to eat and wear and spend and do whatever he damn well pleases and say whatever he damn well pleases? It was a little of both, actually. Partisan politics was only one element of the weird mix in the show's early days, and for good reason. The host didn't know much or care much about the subject. He hadn't registered to vote until he was 35 and got called out on it by a reporter. Though he grew up in a family of prominent local Republicans in the small river city of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, Rusty Limbaugh was no budding Stephen Miller, plotting white domination in his basement. He was a rock and roll radio geek whose ambition from age 8 was to have one of those overnight top 40 shows with banging gongs, goofy names, nicknames, skits, and pranks. And here we go into his whole life. It goes for a long time. As you can see, there's a lot about him. We can't read the whole thing. Oh yeah, they call his fans ditto heads because they agree with him. Get it? Ditto? Literally. I'm telling you, this guy was the format for fucking personality cult, like, I don't even know, personality cult media? Is that what it is? Is that the best way to describe it? Personality cult media? It's impossible. It's impossible. How do you discredit someone to an audience that doesn't care about the merit of the opinions? How? Yeah, they don't care. They are listening to have their biases massaged constantly. They don't give a shit about facts. It is. And this is something that, like, I feel is all over the place, right? Yeah, it's just Trump. How many fucking lies did Trump say? How much, like, just a complete alternate reality, and nobody gives a shit. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care that he's lying. They don't care that nothing that he says is true. Because he is speaking to their biases. And they know it. They know it. They know that he was speaking to their biases. And they don't care. They just are happy that he agrees with them. He's their strongman. And this is the problem. This is the problem that we've encountered. And this is the problem that, like, liberalism hasn't been able to address very well. Like, the liberal movement in America, the liberal political movement, has just failed to actually be able to deal with propaganda. There's so much of this attempt to, like, oh, we gotta debunk. And even I fall into this sometimes. I think everybody falls into this sometimes, right? And I don't know what the answer is besides hopefully establishing easily accessible timelines. You know? Because, like, at the same time, like, debunking Rush Limbaugh is useless. He doesn't even try to tell the truth. But it's important to realize what he did and what the outcomes were, right? Yeah, it's wild, right? It is very, very wild. And again, I like this last line here. I like this last line. The Pandora's box of right-wing nuttery that Limbaugh brought into the mainstream will be loose on the land for the foreseeable future. There's no putting the lid back on it now.